He needs a big move right now to get above that 25.
Well, let's go to one of the
risky.
contenders, David Chalian out there with Rick Santorum. David?
Yeah, thank you very much, Terry. We're here with Senator Santorum, Pennsylvania. His big endorsement today, Secretary of State Matt Schultz here in Iowa. Senator, did you sense the dynamic of the Republican nomination race shifting on that stage tonight at all?
I feel very good. I mean, I think we highlighted ourselves that we're the trustworthy candidate. We're the candidate that can make the race about Barack Obama and his record, not about the record of the Republican nominee. And or the character of the Republican nominee, or someone who is, someone who is trustworthy, someone who has a consistent, strong conservative record that contrasts well with Barack Obama. They won't be able to undermine our message at all because we've been that consistent conservative. We've also had a strong character, and again, there's no holes in that side either.
Do you think that your consistent conservative appeal that you make there is also a contrast with the Republican frontrunners in the race?
I absolutely do. I mean, you saw for about half the debate, it seemed like they were arguing between each other as to which one was more inconsistent than the other, and Michelle and I argued about who was more effective as a conservative. I'll take that argument. I'll take the argument as to, that she'll concede the fact I was conservative as she is, except, I would make the difference that I was successful and did so even when I was in the minority. I was able to make a difference and win. The American public wants a winner. They want someone who can bring the people together in this country, can get things done in Washington, D.C., not just stand out there and criticize, but actually make things happen, and I've done that.
You obviously got a nice compliment from Newt Gingrich at the end there about your record on Iran and all through your career, an issue that he really respects you for being so focused on. Is he the man to beat in this race now? Is Mitt Romney actually fallen to a place where he's not the sort of guy you need to beat now? Is Gingrich the guy in your sights?
I think Matt would tell you the same thing because he talks a lot of Iowans. This race is wide open. I mean, people have just not made up their mind yet, and that's why I was so happy to have Matt's endorsement. He's taken a look at the field. He's measured the candidates. He's met with them all, and he came and decided to support us. I think I hear this over and over and over from Iowans. It is still wide open. Yeah, they may be on some bandwagon right now, but they're perfectly willing to continue to look at other candidates to the one that they feel the most comfortable with. And I think after that debate, you have to feel a lot more comfortable with Rick Santorum as the guy that's going to make Barack Obama the issue in this race.
Senator Rick Santorum, Republican from Pennsylvania, thank you very much for being here. Secretary of State Schultz, appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Terry.
All right, David, with Rick Santorum out there, a guy who has doggedly campaigned in Iowa. He said one thing which polls are sort of bearing out. He says that the race is wide open, and one of the things that you hear is that 60% of Iowans still have not made up their mind, and they love that. If you've been out there, obviously you go out there, they love not making up their minds. And we've seen in previous caucuses big movements towards the end. Do you expect that?
I think it's absolutely possible. I mean, from my experience 4 years ago, a month is a lifetime. When I was working for Hillary,
that was quite a circus.
A life. That's 1 month. A lot can move. But I think we should recognize that Iowa has a big role in New Hampshire. So who's ever moving in Iowa will move in New Hampshire. So Mitt Romney should not expect that he has some firewall in New Hampshire. When Hillary lost Iowa, she moved to behind in minutes in New Hampshire, and it was only what happened in those 2-3 days that she was able to come back. So I expect a long process here. Iowa, New Hampshire, we can see a long debate, a long primary going forward. This will not get wrapped up in 2 or 3 weeks.
And certainly it's also a matter of managing expectations.